Hey guys, it's Jay from Virginia again, and really didn't plan on making this video, but I've been getting scores of emails from people that are just totally butthurt, saying that I just don't like church and so on and so forth. That I was probably unteachable and didn't want to conform to whatever preacher or whatever, but and then you figure the trolls and so on and so forth that I've been getting. But so I want to really make a point to bring home how spiritually dead this so-called entity church is. And all you have to do a little bit of homework for yourself and look a few things up. Because it's all there for everybody to see. I don't know how many people have well, let's put it this way. I don't know how many people still watch, TV and so on and so forth, but these networks that are, for Christian programming, like TBN, Daystar, nah, I really can't think of anything else. I know there are others, but the Supernatural, and even, websites and YouTube channels devoted to, Christian programming and so on and so forth. Just go back a short little time, back to the election of Trump and Biden. And I want you all to look at the hundreds and thousands of prophecies that were given by big name fat cat preachers, teachers, evangelists, and so on and so forth, even so-called prophets themselves, that were told by God themselves that Trump would win the election and that we're headed towards a time of peace and prosperity because Trump is going to be used like Cyrus and so on and so forth. Didn't come to pass, did it? People may have made thousands and millions of dollars from people supporting them because they've got the word of the Lord that, well, oops, God missed it. God wasn't sure. He thought he knew. And people still send these people money. Until we stand up and live what the word says. I mean, it makes me mad that a person will be stupid enough to send someone money who has a track record of lying to you, saying that they heard from God and didn't. The Bible is very, very clear on what to be done to these individuals. They're to be ostracized and killed because they did not hear from God. How dare we support these people and go, oh, well, I guess he just got in his emotions. No! Look at how many people they have led astray. These are souls. And when judgment day comes, they will account for this. Just because there's no blood on the floor right this second, we're going to let them bye-bye with it? No. God doesn't expect us to. That's why he told us how to judge. We judge righteous judgment by His word, by His law. And it angers me that, I've got so many people that are butthurt that can't see the truth. Someone that has this big name get up there and lie straight to the people saying, I heard from the Lord. Well, he may have heard voices in his head, but it wasn't God. He's got a screw loose. He got a devil. I mean, I'm sorry, but everybody has a breaking point. And I try so hard to see things from other people's perspective. But how else can you see an individual who has all this fame and recognition outright lying to you? One of the ones that really angers me is that guy that does the program, It's Supernatural. I don't even know his name. But he's pathetic. I don't understand, guys. If we're the children of God and we are set apart, we have got to start acting like it. And to continue to give money to these people that have just outright lied. Oh, they'll get it right next time, maybe. Possibly. Hopefully. And you still think the church is alive and has power? No. We have got to listen to me. I mean this with all of my heart. And I mean it out of love. We have got to shut down every single church, four-wall building that is a 501c3 government entity, corporation, church. It's a business, and they don't have your interests nor God's interests at heart. And if you can't see that, you're blind and stupid. And I'm sorry. I know people get butthurt whenever you say stupid, but whenever you look at a person's fruits and you see the lack of brain connectivity, seeing truth, there ain't nothing else you can call it but stupid. I mean, have you not read the red parts in the New Testament? Christ got with them Sadducees and Pharisees, and he was blunt. I'm blunt. I'm just not going to change who God made me to be to not hurt your feelings. I'd rather hurt your feelings and make you mad at me to get you straightened out, that you make heaven, that you make the kingdom your home. Because we do not go to heaven. That's another thing I'm getting yelled at about. Nowhere in the Bible does it say we go to heaven. Heaven is for God. It's His domain. He gave us the earth. Remember the Beatitudes. Who is on the earth? The meek. The meek inherit the earth. We don't go to heaven. We're judged, and then we come right back down here to earth. Actually, I think judgments took place at New Jerusalem, but hey, it doesn't really matter. So we're in the air either way, and then we come back to earth, those of us who make it. Everybody else is just gone. It'll be like they had never, ever lived before. Totally forgotten. I don't understand. I do not understand. I try. I really do. I really, really try to see what the masses could be seeing. I mean, like TBN, Daystar, the Supernatural program. Now there's others, but these are multi-billion-dollar networks. They got billions upon billions of dollars coming in. But to have no accountability, to not be functioning according to the rules and the laws that God laid down, I'm sorry. It should not be. It shouldn't be allowed. We should not tolerate it. Why would anyone give money to anything that doesn't have your interests at heart? They're not doing anything for you but deceiving you. I mean, when we get together in unity and you actually start seeing everyone as your brothers and sisters, family of God, it should tick you off. No, you might not know them personally, but one day you will. And if we're not taking up for our brother and our sister, nobody else is going to. It's not going to get any easier or any better. We have got to come together. We've got to demand accountability. We've got to force these people out. We need to cost them everything that they own. Because, you know, I don't know what word y'all read, but from Genesis to Revelation, plus all the other doctrine, the books and that of God, you know, Enoch, Jasher, Jubilees, you know, the Apocrypha that had been ripped out and hidden from us, all say the same thing. The only individual who will give you fame and fortune on this earth is the enemy. God's not going to give you fame and fortune. If you remember, he told you that it is impossible for a rich man to go to heaven unless God gets a hold of him. And then what did you see in the Word? Every time God got a hold of a rich man, they gave all their riches away and became poor and followed Christ. I used to, when I was younger, I'm still poor, hey. But I am provided for. Everything that I need is took care of. I used to think it was a curse because I bought into this prosperity gospel garbage. But when I learned the truth, no, I will not listen to that garbage. And it's right there in the Word. The rich young ruler come to Christ. He wanted to know what he had to do to be saved. And Christ told him, well, you know what it says in the law and the prophets. He says, I've done this all since I was my youth. And Christ agreed with him. He was right. He said, that you have. But one thing thou lack. And he said, what must I do? And Christ told him, sell everything that you have and give it to the poor. Take up your cross and follow me. And he walked away sad because he had many possessions and wealth. And then Christ made the statement, it's easier for the camel to go through the eye of a needle. It's easier for a camel to go through an eye of a needle than for a rich man to go to heaven. And it so bothered the disciples that they run to him and said, Master, who then can be saved? And he said outright, what is impossible for man? In other words, it is impossible for man, a rich man, to go to heaven. Is possible with God. And in the next chapter, you read the story of Zacchaeus, a rich man that God got a hold of, and he gives away all his wealth and makes all things right. He gives it all away and follows Christ. These aren't just stories to amuse us. Christ is our example. We're to walk as he walked, keeping the law, keeping the commandments, walking in love, judging righteous judgment, and not compromising for anyone. Standing up for what's right and never letting go, even if it costs you your life. So be it. If we could just get the mind of Christ, we could change the world. But it's going to take more than just one or two of us. It's going to take all of us banding together and making ourselves known. The time for sitting back doing nothing is done and over. We've got to be active. I'm not calling for violence or anything like that, no. But there are ways to make things be known. You know, if we had millions of people and we all set up protesting at churches, these big fat cat preachers' churches and the networks and so on and so forth, I dare say they'd get the message now, wouldn't they? Start costing them money because it'd start making everybody think, going back and reading the truth. And they would see the lies. And they would be accountable. And they would either repent or they would disappear. And I'm fine with either way. It's just food for thought, guys. I mean, you don't believe, you just can't understand the amount of butthurt people I get emails from, and it's just it's hilarious. I've even had them send me videos. I mean, them talking, yelling at me. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna watch that. I mean, come on now. It was funny though. It tickled me. And I mean, here I am, y'all. I have this video, and I'm just laughing, and I'm talking to God about it. You know, like, God, could you see this? And I mean, he has a sense of humor. I mean, it was hilarious. But, you know, I'm just not that serious. You know, it's like, that was a pretty neat idea, though, you know. Send someone a video of you yelling and screaming and cussing at them, you know. Expect them to watch it. It still makes me laugh, man. It was hilarious. It's just me, I guess. But, please, hey, it was interesting. I need to post that. I really should. I may do that. Let me know if you want to see it. I might just go ahead and put it up for all people to see. Let's just see what you all think about it. But please just think about what I'm saying. I mean, what's going on? It isn't funny. It's very, very serious. It's costing people souls. I don't want anybody to go to hell unless they really want to. I mean, if they're dead set on going, hey, okay, no problem. You know, do what you want. But I don't want anybody to wind up there ignorantly. I want them to know what they're getting into. I want them to truly have chose that path. And really, they shouldn't have any excuse right now. Unless you've been living under a rock for the last 50, 60, 70 years, you know right from wrong. You know about Christ. You know about the Father. You know enough or have heard enough. But just give it some thought, guys. And let me know what you think. How do you all see it? Do you all agree with what I'm saying? Do you see this as being wrong? These people who have supposedly straight up said they heard the Lord tell them, and they give a prophecy that they say is thus says the Lord, and it was totally bullcrap and lies, and they continue in their ministry with no accountability, and people are still sending them money, and they're still false prophesying, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on. Let me know how you see it. I know what God the Father says. I know what His Word says. I just want to know if you all think I'm missing something. Thank you, and God bless you. Till the next time.